Welcome back, my friends, to another chilling episode. Today, we dive deep into a story that's been whispered about for years. It's a tale of tragedy, haunting, and an auditorium that hides more than dust and forgotten costumes. It's a story where the line between reality and the supernatural blurs. The ghost in the auditorium. It was the late 1920s, and the grand auditorium at Westbrook High School was the heart of the community. On opening night, the school's annual play was set to begin, and all the students were eager to see the performances. But no one could have predicted what would unfold that evening. The lead actress Eleanor, a talented and beloved senior, was poised for stardom. But disaster struck as she stepped onto the stage for her final scene. A set piece, heavy and unstable, fell right on top of her during the performance. She was rushed to the hospital, but it was too late. Eleanor was gone. But Eleanor's story didn't end there. Students and faculty soon began to notice strange things happening inside the auditorium. The lights flickered at odd hours. Cold spots appeared on stage, even during the warmest rehearsals. And worst of all, some of the cast claimed they heard her voice, calling out from the darkness. By the 1980s, whispers had turned into full-blown rumours. The ghost of Eleanor had allegedly made herself known. Students would swear they saw her silhouette in the back of the theatre, watching over rehearsals. The faintest sobs would echo through the halls after hours, chilling those who dared stay too long. One particular incident stands out. Something strange happened during a final dress rehearsal for the school's play. The lead actor, Jack, who had always been skeptical of ghost stories, had just finished his scene and was about to leave the stage. That's when he heard it. Soft, almost gentle voice whispered, "I never finished my performance." Jack turned, but saw nothing. Just an empty auditorium, as silent as ever. Still, Jack couldn't shake the feeling that Eleanor was watching. Her presence was real, and as the night wore on, the temperature in the auditorium dropped. The stage lights flickered, and the whispers grew louder. The camera zooms in on an old, cracked mirror backstage. Host, speaking directly to the camera, "Some say the ghost of Eleanor doesn't just haunt the stage, she's waiting for her performance to be completed." Every new cast entering the auditorium has experienced strange occurrences for years. But one particular incident left a lasting mark on the school. Cut to a dark hallway with flickering lights. Host, whispering, voice trembling. In 2010, a young actress named Sarah was preparing for her role in the school play. She'd heard the stories, but thought they were just that, stories. That is, until the night of her final rehearsal. Cue slow, creepy music. Host, voiceover. As Sarah stood on the stage, waiting for her cue, she heard something no one else did. A cold breeze swept across her face, and the once empty chair in the centre of the stage, it moved, slowly, as if someone were sitting in it. A figure began to take shape. The camera shows a shadowy outline sitting in the chair. Host, whispering. Sarah froze. She couldn't speak. The figure turned to face her, its hollow eyes locked on hers, and in a voice that wasn't quite human, Eleanor whispered, "You are my replacement." The camera abruptly cuts to a shot of the empty auditorium, with a distant sound of applause. Host, speaking calmly, almost in disbelief. Terrified, Sarah ran off the stage. But the feeling lingered. Eleanor's ghost had chosen her, and the play had been doomed from the start. The camera pans over the empty auditorium once more. Host, seriously. To this day, no one can explain the strange happenings in that auditorium. Some say Eleanor's spirit is still trapped there, waiting for the day when the curtain will rise once more for her final performance. The camera focuses on the empty stage as the host continues speaking softly. Host, whispering. So the next time you find yourself in an old theatre, or perhaps in the dark halls of your school, be careful. You might hear that familiar whisper, "I never finished my performance." And if you're not careful, she may choose you to take her place. The camera zooms out, showing the host walking toward the auditorium exit as the lights flicker again. Host, smiling faintly but with a chilling tone. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you like creepy stories like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Who knows? Maybe the next ghost story will come from your school. The screen fades to black with a faint echo of a ghostly whisper in the background. The eerie background music plays again, with the subscribe button and video recommendations flashing on the screen.